Be posted on YouTube and Instagram and our other social media sites. Do you give explicit permission that you're okay with this?
I do. Yeah.
Perfect. So, Kids Voting is a nonpartisan organization, and we're creating an election guide that does not endorse any particular candidate, party, or issue. Um, it's a program of Durham County Cooperative Extension that helps Durham's young people understand and believe in the power they have as active citizens and informed voters. So we've invited all candidates to interview and we'll make all video and written interviews publicly available. And our election guide is going to be created by youth for youth, and it will be used to help pre-K through grade 12 students to cast their Kids Voting Durham ballots, but it's often used by many adults as well. So you're going to have 2 minutes for each question, and Miss Carolyn will put a 10-second warning in the chat. If you want to redo or restart a question at any point, you're allowed to. So to keep in mind, just keep in mind that you will be talking to kids, so don't use any jargon and use clear and concise language. All right. And I will be asking each individual, and yeah, you'll have a little bit of time just to think before you have to answer the questions. So are you ready to get started?
Yes.
All right, so the first question I have for you is what experience, especially with youth, prepares you for a role as a school board member?
As a Durham native, I spent the majority of my life connected to Durham Public Schools. I'm a graduate of Durham Public Schools. I graduated from Jordan High School in 1991. I am a parent of Durham Public School graduates. I am a former Durham Public Schools substitute teacher. I'm the former vice president of the Parent Teacher Association for a Durham Public School, and I'm the granddaughter of a Durham Public School cafeteria worker. DPS is in my heart, and that is one of the many reasons I am a candidate for the Department of Education District 1. As a mom, I wore my DPS bus driver hat to drive my child to school when the DPS bus was delayed. As a mom, I wore my DPS teacher hat to help my children with their homework. As a mom, I wore my DPS principal hat when I was a chaperone on field trips with my children. As a mom, I wore my DPS cafeteria worker hat when I prepared lunches as snacks for my children. As a mom, I advocated for my children with the DPS board and volunteered in my children's classrooms. All these roles make me prepared to serve as a DPS board member. Additionally, I have legal experience as an attorney, a mediator, a former administrative hearing officer, and these experiences contribute to my ability to problem solve, make decisions, be ethical, and most importantly, fair. I care about DPS. I care about the students there. I care about the educators there. I care about the workers there, from the custodian in the classroom to the senior who's about to graduate. I care about their success, and I'm committed to making sure DPS has the resources, the staff, the educators, and the tools to make a better future for our DPS students.
Thank you. The next question I have for you is can you name one current school board policy or unjust rule that you believe negatively impacts student moral or mental health, and how do you plan to change it?
Um, so we live in a time right now where we must have lockdown drills in practice, and sometimes they're false lockdown drills, sometimes they're real lockdown drills. Um, Currently, after a lockdown, is in place. Um, they have what is called an all clear. So they go through a lockdown, then they have an all clear period where currently students now just go to their next class and act like, the lockdown never occurred. In talking to some DPS students, they've informed me that these lockdowns are extremely scary, they're extremely stressful, and there's no decompression period after the lockdown. So, just to paint the picture for you, when there's a lockdown at the school, or a lockdown situation rather, the students push items against the classroom door, the desk, lockers, anything to block the entry. The kids stay away from the windows, they turn off all the lights, they sit in silence in the corner, and they wait. That is scary for adults, and as you can imagine, it's even more scary for students. If elected, I will ensure a decompression period takes place in which the students are allowed to process what just occurred during that lockdown situation. And during this decompression period, the students are going to be allowed to journal, talk in groups with peers, talk to a counselor, participate in music therapy, participate in art therapy, or do whatever they need to do in that period of time after the lockdown to aid in their mental health. I prioritize a student's mental health, and I think that decompression period is absolutely critical to mediate the stressful and scary situation that occurred in a lockdown.
Thank you. The next question I have for you is how will you ensure students graduate prepared for what comes next?
I believe that Durham Public School high schools should explore multiple postgraduate pathways for the students. These postgraduate pathways should include 4-year colleges, 2-year colleges, technical certifications, and career employment. My children graduated from the School for Creative Studies, and there their guidance counselor facilitated career and college fairs where the students learned about different career opportunities. They talked with employers. They learned about universities and community colleges. They even had scholarship fairs. Collectively, all of these items help to ensure a better and promising future for DPS students. And I would like to see this implemented with other DPS high schools. I support expanding career and technical education. I support strengthening DPS partnerships with Durham Technical Community College. I support creating a dual enrollment opportunity for students where not only can they receive college credit, but they can also receive certification and job-ready skills.
Thank you. The next question I have for you is why should students trust you to keep your word and how can students hold you accountable for your campaign promises?
I'm a person of integrity and honesty. I value that. That's my core value. If I say I will do something, I will do it. Students can hold me accountable by watching the school board meetings. They could send me emails. They could send me text messages. They could speak with me at the school board meetings because I deeply care about Durham Public Schools. I'm a graduate of Durham Public Schools, and my children graduated from Durham Public Schools. My grandmother worked at Durham Public Schools. And so I'm invested and connected to the success of DPS. So I would welcome students, educators, staff, anyone who has ideas, suggestions, or comments, any ways that I can improve to let me know because it's all about uplifting Durham Public Schools and making it better. I admit I don't have all the answers. No one has all the answers. But collectively, as a community, when we all come together with ideas, brainstorming solutions, every one of us can improve DPS.
Thank you. My final question I have for you today is what is one thing you wish people knew about the Durham School Board?
So this school board, this school board serves the community. This school board serves the educators. This school board serves the students and staff. When the school board is not healthy, then it is up to the community to vote people on and off the school board to make it healthy. The power is with the people by voting on who they want to serve on this board. And once that selection is made, the people and the North Carolina Constitution should hold the school board accountable to educate students, to provide adequate resources, and to hire qualified teachers. So it is up to you. You have the power. And it is you who makes the decision, and it is you who decides and votes on the future of students in Durham County.
Thank you so much for your participation in helping Kids Voting Durham create our youth election guide. And this is the chance if you would like to ask any questions.
Well, I thank you for volunteering and for everything that you do. This is a wonderful opportunity. I am dedicated to DPS and I'm dedicated to DPS success, and it would truly be an honor to be able to be called your school board member. So thank you once again for this chance to present my ideas and my platform.
And we hope that we'll have the election guide out in 2 weeks, about 2 weeks-ish, and we'll send you a copy. It will have your video profile, it will have your written profile, and some other things that we include, but we'll make sure that you get a link. And I think you probably got my message about the candidate forum, which we're looking forward to seeing people at.
Yes, yes, I will be there.
And Amanda will also be a moderator there, so.
Wonderful.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
You as well.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. So I'm not sure how she had 6 o'clock. Clearly the calendar invite had the actual time in it because it was a calendar invite. And she did have the link. So she had the calendar. That's the only place I put the link was in the calendar invite. But we'll let it. Yeah. It was interesting. What did you think?
I think it was interesting. Yeah, I was trying to make sure I was reading all the questions. I was looking, I was like,
You did a great job. You did them all well. It's been interesting. We've only done 2 candidate interviews so far. And Maya did the other one, I think. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm really interested to see how people answer that question about trusting them. And both candidates didn't completely head on like address it. They did like more like, here's how you can go to school board meetings sort of things. I'm
yeah.
good to see if anyone like really like says, you can trust me because I have done, or whatever. But we'll see. I think you guys asked some really great questions, though. I'm really enjoying listening to the answers.
I'm excited to be able to watch all the other interviews.
Okay. Well, thank you again. I think I see you for another one next week. Yeah, you've got 2 more during next Thursday. So I will see you again before too long. Have a great rest of your Saturday, and thanks for being so flexible today, Amanda.
Of course.
See you later.
See ya.